In this video, I'm going to show you how to edit your front page. So what you do is once you've logged in, you'll always be presented with the dashboard. You're now going to go over to pages and click on all pages. And then we're going to scroll down and we're going to look for a page that says Super Troopers front page. Now what we want to do is we want to click edit with Elementor, because Elementor is the page builder that we use to build your website. But now there are two ways that we can access the Elementor section. So one is by clicking edit with Elementor, which I already have loaded in this tab at the top. So what I'm going to do is we're going to show you the other way, which by just hovering over, we're going to click edit. And then as you can see, there's a big blue button that says edit with Elementor, which you would click on and then it will load the page. And this is the page once it's been loaded. So we've got on the hovering field here, we've got a navigator, which helps us navigate where we are in the front page. So if we had to click on these little buttons here, right? If we had to click on this one here, it will show us highlighted this column. If we had to go down here, we'll scroll up to the top, you see it will show us, actually navigate us to that section on the website. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to close it. But if you want to use it, you'll just click navigator down the bottom left here. If you see, you'll hover over and click on it and it'll appear again. Okay, so this is your front page. Your front Elementor works with rows and then columns. So as you can see here, I am literally just moving my cursor over and I've got a little purple tag at the top here. And then if I click on it, I've got a column that appears. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to update your banner at the background. So all you're going to do is you're going to click those 6 little dots in the tag there. You're going to then you'll see on your left hand side, you'll see that your navigation is changed from all those widgets to the edit section. And we're going to click on style. And as you can see, there is the image there. So what you do is you'll just click on the image and then we'll just choose this person here. Now I'm going to make changes, but I'm not going to save the changes. And as you can see, there is the image that's been changed. If you find the image a little bit dark, we've got to call that an overlay. You're going to scroll down here and you're going to go background overlay, and then you're just going to move this slide, and as you can see, it gets lighter, just like that, or darker, whatever you want. So, but now we can't see this person's head here. So we'll go to background, and as you can see, these are the sections that we've got in, it actually looks like the head has been cut off. No, it hasn't. So we'll come back here. So as you can see here, we've got the position as the display as cover. If we say contain, there we go. But now we've got these bars, these blocks on the left hand side and the right hand side. So we want it to be cover. Then we're going to go attachment. We want scroll, which means it will scroll with the page. If we go fixed, what it will do is it will fix like this, you see. But that's not really going to work for us because your header, which is at the top here, is scrolling with the page. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave that at default, so it will scroll with us. We can either go, the position of the image must be center, or we can go center top, right? Which means there you go. Now you'll see the top of the image, which you'll see this person here, and this I'm assuming he's a counselor with the piece of the notebook. So I prefer to put it as center, because then you see more of the image. So what we've got to do now is we're going to go to layout, and we're going to select this section, minimum height. We're going to change it. We're just going to slide it until we see the guy's head. There we go. So we'll make that, let's say 900, just like that. And there you go. Now you see the gentleman's head. If we had to close the toggle here, his head does get cut off. But if we had to minimize, because remember the website is responsive, if we had to do that on a smaller screen, you will see him, you see. All right. So that is how you would edit the background of your first row. I'm just going to put it to 700 again. Now let's say you want to change this humble for homeless. Okay, so what you do is you just click on it, and then you'll see edit heading on the right hand side, and that's where you can just type in this is for the video, and as you can see, it's showing it right in front of us. But now let's say you don't want to click there, you actually want to click on the screen. You can still click there and delete it there. And as you can see on the left hand side, this is from the container, just like that. And as you can see, I'm able to move around as I would in a normal Word document. So let's just delete that there. So that is how you'd edit your wording on the welcome banner. Okay, scrolling down again, it's still a row. It's still got the row section, but we've got now the height being default. And then if we go to advanced, we can see we've used some padding. So now padding is this section between this column here and the top of the row. So let's make it 100. As you can see, now that white spacing has got more. We can go 100 at the bottom, which means now that row has got 100 pixels at the top and 100 pixels at the bottom, which some people like. I personally think that the 50 looks a little bit nicer. So now that's how you would change that row. If you wanted to add a background to that, again, you'll go into style, you'll click this little pencil here, and then it would open up this section and you can just choose an image. We'll just choose this image here. As you can see, there is the image. Again, coming to the settings, we'll go leave that default. We're going to go repeat, no repeats, it's only showing one, and then we're going to go cover. And as you can see, it pulls the image in. Now we've still got those white lines on either side, but that's because instead of choosing a landscape image, I actually chose a portrait image. If we choose this gentleman here, you'll see it will fill just like that. Okay, if we choose another one that goes all the way across, let's see if he's got one that goes all the way across just like this here. There you go. There you see. You can see it's covered the whole section. So also when you add an image in, it must be landscape, not portrait. So effectively the way I describe that to clients is when you're taking a picture on your phone, if it's standing upright like you would read it, that's portrait. If you turn the phone to the side, that's landscape. So we'll just remove this image here and close that section. And then this section here is again the same. This is actually just an image that we chose, so you could just select there and add an image. This is the writing section here. As you can see, we're now in a text editor, edit text editor. So this is where we would add all our writing. Now there's one thing I've noticed with clients, what they tend to do when they first edit is they click this button here and then it gives you sections like you would get in a Word document. So for example, let's just highlight everything in here. Okay, and then I start using this align center. Okay, if I click that, yes, it aligns it center to the right. However, if I have to go to the settings now, I've got an align center here. And if you click, you see it's not actually working for me, because what's happening is, if I'm going back to the content now, because I've used this section here, if I go to click this text tab, it's added a whole pile of coding in, you see there, which is what we don't want. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight the text, we're going to untick that, right, which puts it back to normal. Then we're going to go to style, and now it will allow us to actually move the text around the way we want it. Okay, so something just to bear in mind that when you're editing using the text editor, yes, you can hover over and make it bold if you wanted to and underline it and like that. That's not a problem. But when it comes to moving the alignments or moving the positioning of the wording, rather use the style function and the alignment section there. All right, we just undo this section here. Under the style tab, going there, if we click on typography, this is where we can change the font, where we can change the size. As you can see there, we can make it very, very small and we can make it large. Now let's say we want it this large. We can actually change the line height to make it a bit more easier to read. Granted, I am aware that's too large, but as you can see there now, the writing, there we go. So we'll just delete that so it looks normal. Let's make it a little bit so it fits in just like that. There we go, just like that. And that is how you would edit your font and your text sizing. Now if we're to just come to the text color, if we click on this section here, as you can see, it opens up a whole color palette for us, so we can make it whatever we want just by doing that. If you have the code, let's say we're going to make it black, so we're going to go hash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, actually filled it out for us. If you look there, there we go. There's the 6 zeros, which makes it black. All right, and then if you don't, then we can just move it around and make it a bit softer if we wanted to. But that is how you'd edit this section. If you wanted to do the border color, you'll click on this column. Again, very similar layout to the row, but you're going to go to Style. Then you're going to go to Border down the back, down the bottom here. And as you can see there, there's our border width. So let's make it thicker. Can you see now in front of you? It's now getting thicker. Look. All right. So we'll just make that back to 5, and then there is your color there. We'll just copy this color and then we can make changes. Look, there you go. So now you could have one black, one green if you wanted to. All right, but that is how you'd edit that section there. One thing I did do is on this column here, you'll see if you look here, the border width is 5, 5, 5, 5. So top is 5 pixels, right is 5 pixels, bottom is 5, left is right. If we click on this column here and we go to Style and we go to Border, you'll see here the left is actually set to 0. The reason why I did that was so that your middle line here is actually the same length as your left and right in your top and bottom. If I have to make that 5, you'll see now that the middle line has become a lot thicker, which doesn't really look nice. So on that row there, you just got to remember that that's got to be 0. And that goes for any other column on any page that you're editing with Elementor. If we just scroll down to the next row here, again, same section. We've got the row, we've got a heading, follow us. If we click on the style, there we've got the color right there. Very, very similar to it was on the banner at the top. If we come to this section at the bottom here, this is what we call an icon list. So if we click on these icons, we've now got them pointing to your Facebook, your LinkedIn, and your Instagram, just like that. As you do is you'll just put the link in at the bottom here. Then you would click this cog and make sure that it opens in a new tab. Otherwise, what will happen is, and I see it hasn't been done, and what we'll do is now when someone clicks on that on their phone or their computer, it will actually open it in a new tab, taking them into a new tab so they're not being actually removed from your website. Let's say, for example, we want to put a name there. So we can actually type in Facebook, or we could go just like that. Obviously, we won't do that. But as you can see, you could say if it's one icon, you can go give the icon and say, follow us. Just like that. So you've got that option. Let's say you want to change the Facebook icon. We can click on the image here, and there's another version that we've got there. These are all the icons. Normally we will just search. So say Facebook. Okay, we've got the normal, we've got the one with the square, the messenger, the one without any background, and the round one. So if we click that one there, as you can see now it's round. So that's more preference. I prefer the one with the F in truth. But if you would like to change it, that's how you change it. If we scroll down to the last row on the page, we come to this section here. Again, it's another row. You'll go to Style. There is your background color. So instead of using an image now, as we've done on the very first row at the top, you would just click on this color here and put a color in rather than an image. If we're to click on this section here, as you can see, it is a edit heading section, which is again, same as what we've done at the top. You can type it in, you go to Style, and you can change your typography. You can put it on size is 80. So you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller if you wanted to. Put it back to 80, and then we would be able to change the color if we wanted to whatever you'd want it to be. But that there is how you would edit your front page. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reload it just so that it doesn't save those changes for us. Now I'm also going to show you how to edit your donate page. So as you can see there, the image now is back to what it was and all the text and the font is the same. All right. So in this tab here, I've preloaded the donate page. Now, to access the donate page, you're still going to go to your back end here. We'll go to pages and we'll find the donate one here. Everything that we built has been built with Elementor. So again, you can either click edit, then click on that blue Elementor, or you can just click edit with Elementor. So these sections here, this section again is a row at the top, just has a white background. And then the donate is, we've got it set as a page title. So if you say change the page name to donate at Super Troopers, then the title on that page will automatically change. So that's how we've set that up. And to get that set up, you click this little X here. See, now it's going to say add your text here. I've just clicked this dynamic tag function, scrolled down, and I've changed it to page title. And there we go. So now whatever this page is titled in the future, that will appear. Scrolling down here, we've got again a row here and a row here. Okay, then we've got different columns. So now we have literally just used 3 columns rather than 1 row like this one is, and that's got 1 column. And each one is different. As you can see, this is an image that we've uploaded, and then we've added text underneath. Okay, this one here is again an image that we've uploaded with a link to that section, and then click here and it will give you, we've got the link there. The zapper again is an image. Pay fast is an image, but now this section down here is edit HTML. So now this is the code that was provided to us by yourselves from Payfast, which allows us to give this section. So if they give you another code in the future, you would literally just click here. What you would do is you would select all, then you would select all, delete, and then hit paste and the new code in, and it will appear immediately for you. Again, the PayPal one is an image linking to PayPal, and then click here is again the same link. Debit order, that is that, and then it says click here, which is sending you through to the link that you provided us for the debit order. But as you can see, we know it's a complete different page to the front page, but the elements of Elementor is exactly the same, which is phenomenal. So now let's say, for example, you want to add something else. So let's say we just click at the add at the bottom here. Now it gives us our rows. So let's add a row here. Now on the very first video I sent you, we added a widget called progress bar. Now as you can see, it was called advanced progress bar, and it's got a little E next to it. That is the one that we went and added underneath core widgets, underneath Element Pack Pro, and that's it there, as you can see there. So by adding that by just toggling it and then clicking save changes, there it is. Now we just have to click and drag it in. Now we've got all of these pre-loaded ones that come with it, which we can change. We'll just make the progress max value just like that, and as you can see, it will change now. Just let it load, and there we go, 71. Okay, if you wanted to change the text color here, we can change the text color. The base color we can change to that, which is the number, and then the fill color, let's make it that. As you can see, so now you can customize anything that you want on this. We can just say this is for the video, just like that, and as you can see, it would appear where passion is on the page. And that is how you would add an element. Now if we click on this like a Rubik's Cube here, these are all the elements you've got here. You've even got Google Maps that we could type in here, and we'll just type in let's just go Durban, South Africa. And what it would do is it would actually appear, it will show Durban, South Africa in the map, just like that. There we go, Durban. If we're to type in Cape Town, South Africa, there it is showing Cape Town. But now we can adjust the height here to show all of Cape Town. We could either change the zoom. As you can see, that's zoomed in. Let's zoom out. As you can see, there we go. So let's zoom into number 8. And there we go. There's Cape Town, just like that. So you've got a lot of widgets that you can change and play around with. You've just got to go. It's up to your imagination if you wanted to change things. The beauty of it is that what you can do is before you update it, you could actually click here and go preview changes. It will open it up in a new tab, scroll down, and there are the changes that you haven't even updated. Can you see? So, which is phenomenal. And then let's say we don't want this row anymore, we delete it. Just like that. What automatically happens is the preview page will, if we reload the page, it will automatically take it out. Sorry, we've got to click on that preview section again. Once we click on it, it will load that page and reload it, and as you can see, it's been taken out. But now, that is how you'd edit any page with Elementor. So have fun with it, and remember, you've got little tricks. You've got preview changes, you've got sections where you can see what it looks like on your before you actually update it. You've got all of these sections here that you can play around with. So just have fun, and remember, if you're concerned that you did something wrong, just don't update. You can just leave the page and it will not appear to the public. But that is how you'd edit the pages in Elementor.